I've been single for a long time.
Yeah.
And my friend suggests that I find an ugly man because he'll treat me like gold. Do you think that's true? Should I go out looking for an ugly guy?
That's 100% true. Ugly men are the best men you can get. Look, first of all, they don't get invited into a lot of people's homes. So when they get there, they really behave really nicely. Ugly men know how to fix things. You ain't got to worry about them cheating on you because don't nobody else want them. It's a wonderful experience. Get yourself an ugly man.
Why is every pretty girl with a horrible-looking man? I don't understand. Listen, I'm not shaming people for their looks, but I am, though. You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. I swear to God. Because they got a hot girl, they can be horrible. Like, you're still ugly, though. Can't change that. Maybe that's why.
When it comes to men, is there such a thing as being too unattractive to date? I'll keep my answers to this question short so as not to waste your time. And to make things clearer, I'll be using a left-right spectrum to depict the full range of views present in the YouTube dating space. This is how it breaks down. The red-pill men on the left hand are extremely optimistic about every man's potential regardless of his current circumstances. They might say things like, "No man should give up," or "Any man can go from a 1 to a 10, to illustrate their point. For men to advance in society, they need do nothing more than better themselves. And if you happen to be born hideous, well, you'll just have to figure out how to attract people in other ways. On the other side of the spectrum are the black pill men, who believe that modern dating has destroyed society. For 1 in 5 men today, and the average man in the next decade, it's all over. No one who isn't a Chad by birth has a chance. To be clear, I don't subscribe to either of these sides. Personally, I lean left if I have to pick a side. This, I think, is where realism can be seen. When there are two competing viewpoints, the most practical solution can usually be found somewhere in the middle. In the following video, I intend to delve into this topic. In particular, I think it's important to give reasons that challenge the prevailing, overly optimistic view. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with what the optimists get right. So the message they preach is hopeful, at least. It's a motivating factor for men to get to work and reach their full potential. However, I've noticed that sometimes confused with delusion, leading many men to have an utterly inflated sense of their own potential. Thus, they become utterly detached from reality. Of course, I support working hard, but it's not productive to set goals that can't be achieved. In fact, it creates an entirely new problem by raising men's hopes and expectations to unrealistic levels. Many men seem to fall for the false hopes of dating experts. The second problem I have is that when we take a step back and look at society as a whole, the idea that every man has a chance is, in my opinion, also misleading. Further, I have a mathematical proof showing why this is false. In the Western world, there are 105 men for every 100 women between the ages of 18 and 29. If we further assume that everyone only dates within their own age group, then there will always be 5 men out of every 100 who are left out. Dating outside of your age range, whether it be up or down, is not a solution because it puts unnecessary strain on both age groups. This explains why men in their late 20s and early 30s are competing for the same desirable young women as those in their late teens and early 20s. Remember that this 105 to 100 ratio is the best case scenario, as many dating coaches advocate that men should be dating multiple women at once. This only increases demand for women and forces a greater proportion of men out of the market. This clarifies the gender disparity in the percentage of adults who say they haven't had sex since turning 18. There are currently too many men in positions of power. Regardless, this every man has a chance mentality ignores the fact that romantic attraction is and always has been a zero-sum game. That is to say, if I climb the corporate ladder, you must descend the corporate ladder, and if I date 5 women at once, you must stop dating 5 women. Now, one common rebuttal to this point is that only the brave will succeed, meaning that those who don't try won't have any chance at all. So, tough luck. What this means is that it makes no difference if there are more men than women, if you are currently in the bottom 5%, or if you need to reach the top 20% to be successful. It doesn't matter because only a tiny fraction of men even bother to try. So all you have to do is put in enough effort to guarantee your own safety without worrying about anyone else. I rephrasing it to every man has a chance if he's willing to try it, and everyone else is sitting around lazy. The original quote is altered only slightly. But what even this concept ignores is that each individual has a maximum potential that he cannot exceed. Assuming they've already reached their full potential, many men will still fall short of the top 20% even if they give it their all. You should check out this awesome video of a guy documenting his 5 years of calisthenics improvement, and it's remarkable how much he's changed in just the first 3 years. His worth goes from about 4 to 7 now. Once he reaches this point, however, he remains unchanged for the following 15 months. Because he's so close to his limit, his rate of improvement has slowed dramatically, but not because he's training less or less hard than he used to. However, the lesson I hope you take away from this is that there is a physical limit to every man's potential. Not that you shouldn't try to break through it, though. I believe in the value of putting in lots of effort. In spite of this, it is still vital that you acknowledge your own limitations and accept that you have one. That's all for today, guys. If you found value in this video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button to get more dope content like this every day. Till next time.